For a long time, I thought I was waiting on the right opportunity, the right timing, the right circumstances, and the right moment. And looking back, I don't think I was waiting for any of those things. I think I was waiting for permission to change, permission to take a risk, permission to choose a different path. It's like I wanted everyone in my life to say, "This is okay for you, River. You can do this." But it turns out that's not how it's supposed to be. I was waiting for permission to become the person I knew I was capable of becoming. And one of the biggest turning points in my life came when I realized something. Nobody was coming to give me that permission. So the hidden form of waiting, right? What's interesting is I didn't realize that I was doing this. I wasn't sitting around doing nothing. I was working. I was learning. I was planning and thinking. I was preparing. And on the outside, it probably looked like progress. And it was in some ways. But beneath all of that activity was a layer of hesitation. I was waiting to feel completely ready. I was waiting to feel certain, to feel confident, waiting for some signs that it was finally time to move. That years can actually just disappear altogether that way. You can wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and realize that nothing is coming. I needed reassurance, is what I felt like I needed. I had this need for a feeling of reassurance. And the more I reflect on it, the more I realize I wasn't waiting for opportunity. I was waiting for that reassurance. I wanted guarantees. I wanted proof that things would actually work out. I wanted confidence before I took the action. I wanted certainty before I committed. I wanted to know exactly how the story would unfold and end before I was willing to even start the next chapter. But life rarely works that way. The most meaningful decisions don't come with certainty attached to them. When I look back at the biggest decisions that I've ever made, almost none of them came with complete clarity. Like I knew what I was doing, changes directions, right? Taking chances, pursuing something new, leaving something familiar. None of those moments felt perfectly comfortable. None of them came with a guarantee. The truth is, growth often requires movement before certainty arrives. You take the step, then you learn. Then you adjust, and then you grow, not the other way around. Here's the pattern I started seeing. I began paying attention to people I respected, people who built meaningful lives, people who pursued their ceiling, people who stepped into leadership, and people who created things that actually mattered. And I noticed something. None of them seemed to have every answer. None of them appeared to have the perfect confidence. They simply decided that uncertainty wasn't going to stop them, and they moved anyways. So it's a myth for confidence, right? I think a lot of us believe that confidence, it comes first. One day we'll wake up feeling confident. We're going to feel fearless. We're going to feel certain. We're going to finally take action after we feel these things. But that's not how most confidence is built. Confidence is usually the result of keeping promises to yourself. It's built through action. It's built through experience. It's built by stepping forward and discovering what you're fully capable of more than you thought you were. That action, it comes first. The confidence follows. I'm going to tell you the cost of waiting. The dangerous thing about waiting for permission is that it feels reasonable. It feels responsible and safe, but sometimes it's just fear that's disguised as caution. Because while we're waiting, life keeps moving on. The years keep passing. The opportunities keep changing. Our life is vapor. It's here for a minute and it's gone tomorrow. And eventually you'll realize that waiting carries a cost too. A cost measured in missed opportunities, missed growth, missed experiences, and sometimes even missed purpose. So at some point, I had to stop looking outward and I had to start looking inward, right? I had to stop waiting for approval, stop waiting for validation, stop waiting for everyone around me to understand my decisions. Why did I need that? Because the responsibility for my life belonged to me, not my friends, not my society, right? Not strangers around me, not the people offering opinions from the sidelines. Me. And while that realization felt heavy at first, it finally became freeing because if that responsibility belongs to me, then so does the ability to change things. The door was already open for me. I've come to believe that many of us spend years in front of doors that were already unlocked. We assume someone else has the key. We assume that someone else gets to decide when we're ready. We assume that someone else has authority over our future. And that's often not true. The door is already open. We're just afraid to walk through it because once we do, responsibility becomes real. Let's be real here, right? You're afraid because the responsibility is going to become real, and responsibility can be intimidating. Here's the difference now. What changed for me wasn't that the fear disappeared altogether, right? I still had doubts. I still had questions. I still have moments today where I wonder whether I'm making the right decision. The difference is that I no longer require certainty before taking action. I no longer need the perfect conditions. I no longer need the unanimous approval. I've learned that clarity comes through the movement, not before it, through it. So I'm going to tell you what I believe now. Today, I believe conviction matters more than consensus. I believe that responsibility matters more than permission. I believe that action creates the clarity that you're looking for. I believe that most people are capable of far more than they even realize. The life I want isn't going to be built by waiting. It's going to be built by stepping forward, one decision at a time, one opportunity at a time, and one act of courage. Just one, every day, one act of courage at a time. Looking back, I think one of the biggest things holding me back wasn't the lack of ability, and it wasn't the lack of opportunity or even the lack of resources. It was a belief that I needed someone else's permission to move forward. And the moment that I let go of that belief, everything started changing. Because some of the most important decisions that you'll ever make won't come from unanimous approval. They won't come from guarantees. They won't come from certainty. They'll simply come with a choice to stay where you are or to take the next step. If you've been waiting for the perfect time to make a change, comment move down below, because sometimes the next chapter of your life begins the moment that you stop waiting for permission. Till next time, man. Love you.